everyone. Welcome to Youth News, the place for members of Generation Z to talk about all the hot topics that are affecting our everyday lives. I'm Janay, and with me I'm joined by Jaheem and Arianna. Now, a new poll released by Forbes Health has shared that 50% of people aged 18 to 25 have said that their New Year's resolution will be to improve their mental health. Now, with that in mind, I'm curious to know, what do you guys do to take care of your mental health?
I usually find a quiet spot, usually if it's the band room or the chorus room.
Okay.
And take a minute or try to distract myself by doing something like playing instruments or reviewing my march for marching band or reviewing a song for chorus.
Oh, okay. So you like to keep your mind busy.
Yeah.
That's what helps. How about you, Arianna?
I don't think that I take the best course. What I tend to do when I'm stressed or I'm feeling just really down, especially with another person or involving another person, I tend to just shut down. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, that's fine. Or say I have an argument with someone that I really, really care about, I totally disregard my feelings and I'm like, you're right, you're right,
Aww.
you're correct. No matter how I feel, no matter my thoughts or feelings on the issue, I'm just like, you got it.
No, I get that, because that's rude, because if you care about that person, you just want it to be okay.
Right, definitely. And it's in my experience more damaging, because at that point it feels like you're degrading yourself. You're taking your own feelings and pushing them to the side to prove, or not to prove, to help someone else or make someone else feel better, to boost their ego, because you're afraid of hurting them. Personally, that's how it was for me. I'm afraid of hurting you. I'm afraid of making you think less of yourself, so I'm willing to bring myself down to help you, which isn't the best. It's not.
Speaking of New Year's resolutions, you think you're going to try to fix that in the new year?
Definitely. I do think I'm going to try and do better, but it's in habit, and I feel like it's a part of walls being built up. After years of hurt, years of pain, you kind of, you build walls up, you shut people out, and you find ways to protect yourself. And what you don't realize is you're not protecting yourself from the worst enemy of all, which is yourself.
So that's very intuitive, I could say. So how did you come up to that conclusion? Did you think of it yourself or talk to someone, or?
Well, it took a lot of, I've talked to people.
Okay, that's good.
I've talked to people. It took a while for me to open up, but they did tell me, they were like, hey, that's not healthy. And for a while I was like, what do you mean that's not healthy? I'm not choosing violence. I'm choosing to, let the other person win. I'm choosing to just digress and let it be okay. And they're like, you know what, but you're not putting yourself first. And at the end of the day, your mental health does matter.
It does.
You as a person do matter. Your feelings are valid. No matter what, on any issue, your opinion matters, because that's your opinion. That's how you feel, and you have every right to feel how you feel. So yeah, I came from that and a lot of just thinking and being open and honest, not with anybody, but with myself.
That's really good.
Yes.
What do you think about that, Jaheem?
I've always learned to put myself first and try to figure out things my own self, because if I trust someone and I get too close to them, I always end up being the person who's hurt.
Yeah.
Especially with mental health problems, I've went through a lot. I've went through pain, suffering, hurt, been in mental hospitals. And now looking at it, it's the way that you take care of yourself in order to be placed in a place that you want to be. You shouldn't really be putting yourself down and at the lowest. You should be up on top of the hill or on the mountain.
Definitely.
No, I agree with that. One of the biggest things how I take care of my mental health is that positive self-talk. Because for the longest time, I did not have that. I definitely had a lot of walls up, but it took years of work before I can say okay, I'm surviving, but it was that positive self-talk. And you're right, you have to put yourself first. And the thing is, I think growing up, mental health wasn't a priority. I don't know if you guys can agree, but growing up, we didn't have an open conversation of, how are you feeling today? How have you been feeling the last few weeks? It wasn't a thing.
Oh no, definitely. I know growing up for me, it was never really, depression was never really talked about. Bipolar was never really talked about. Growing up, or now that I'm older and I've done a little bit more research, I have witnessed and seen some of the signs of, hey, this is what's going on, this is what this was, this is what that was. But growing up, it was never really talked about. I was never really open with, hey, I feel sad. Hey, I don't feel like I'm enough. Hey, I don't feel pretty. Hey, I don't feel like I'm loved as of right now. I was never open about it because I never thought it really mattered. Yeah.
Then especially with schools down here, they don't really talk to us about it until like you're in high school. Like I literally had to wait all the way into 9th grade to where they was putting up the crisis hotline, posters of don't hurt yourself, come talk to us. When these are things that should have been put up in middle school and elementary school.
Yeah.
Because now looking at it, you see all these people losing their lives over something that could easily be fixed if they just had someone to talk to. Literally, there's elementary kid students, there's middle school students, there's high school students. But we don't learn about this until we're in high school, which is the painful part.
And what's crazy is it's been scientifically supported that mental health problems occur right on the cusp of puberty. And when does puberty happen? Middle school, 6th grade, 7th grade. But like you said, it's crazy that they only start acknowledging it in high school.
All right.
Definitely. And I think also a key point that we should point out is I don't think that it's shown in the right light. I feel like a lot of times, for example, depression, people see it as, oh, I'm sad, oh, I'm crying, oh, I'm not happy, which I guess in a sense you're not happy, but depression could be me laughing in your face, me saying, hey, I'm fine, me making jokes about really hard issues because I don't know how to fully cope with them and deal with them myself, and so I choose to joke with you thinking that, hey, I'm all right, or I'm telling myself I'm all right even though I'm not all right, and the other person just going along with it, hey, they're laughing, they're smiling, so nothing's wrong with them, when in reality, my self-worth is low, my self-esteem is completely diminished, it's gone, and I don't want to be here on earth anymore, and it's really sad. And the hotline for, you know, self-harm, or if you're feeling depressed, it has it's good that it's there, because hey, you know, you always have something to go to, you have someone to call, someone who's going to be there to talk, but a lot of times you don't want to talk about it. You don't want to be open and honest about, hey, I don't feel okay, because then you feel like you're in the wrong sometimes.
But you brought up a topic I want to get into, and I want to ask both of you, what light should mental health be put in?
I feel like it should be put in something that is way above like not some things, not mostly a lot of things, because a lot of things can be serious too, but this is one of the things that is serious. Just because of the fact of, yeah, we have the suicide hotline, but we also have Teen Line. They don't put that one out enough, where you can talk to other teenagers about how you feel, that went through the same thing, and that can help. Then, especially with going into mental hospitals, they don't help enough. They help sometimes, but how everyone look at it is, when I went there, it was mostly teenagers locked up in their room where they would come out. But it would barely be help because it's a lot of people and they don't know how to help. So it really has to be thought about and changed, because it should be put up in a light of it's another life being gone.
Exactly.
Just as if a person was to get murdered or if a person was to get into a car accident. This should be another one of those things where you would help.
No, I agree. It should be, sometimes people like to diminish lives that are lost from mental health, but I agree it should be put in the same light as if you were in a car accident, you were murdered, something, it needs to be on that same level.
Like, I don't know if y'all ever heard of its videos, its sayings, but it's like every 15 minutes.
Oh no, what is it?
It's every 15 minutes a high school student get killed from a drunk driving accident. That's one of the things that they put like up on a pedestal for teenagers to stop drinking and driving, when this should be another thing that they put up there, because both of them are hard. You still lose a person that you really care about, and you lose innocent people. But this one is, you're losing innocent people because one guy decided to bully another guy, or there's girls being mean to another girl because they think that they're beautiful and she's not. It's something that truly needs to be put up there, because other people can get hurt by these things.
Yeah.
And they get damaged really badly from depression or anxiety, from bipolar. All these things that can really hurt them and send them into a trance that can really be fatal.
Wow, that was very powerful to me. But I think that's a great way to end this conversation. If you would like to watch more of our conversations, please watch RHS TV.